These 15 games are so insanely realistic, it's crazy how no one's talking about them. Starting off at number 15, it's Body Cam. This is one of those games where you don't even have to touch the controller to be confused whether you're watching real body cam footage or playing a game. It's got this eerily photorealistic look that blurs the line between gameplay and real life footage, thanks to the use of Unreal Engine 5 and an obsession with detail that's borderline unsettling. Lighting bounces like it should in real life, every movement feels grounded, and the environments, they feel like you've actually been there before. But it's not just looks, it's the feeling it nails. There's this heavy, weighty sense to your character's motion. You're not sprinting around like a super soldier, you're a human navigating tight corridors and unpredictable encounters with all the caution that entails. The game is tactical, immersive, and makes you sweat even during the quieter moments. And the tension? Constant. It's also kind of redefining what indie shooters can pull off. The devs went hard on realism and it pays off. The way bullets echo down hallways, the way your gun sways while walking, it's all about putting you in the moment, and it really succeeds. Body cam might be a niche right now, but it's setting a new standard for realism in shooters. You'll blink and forget you're not watching an actual police operation. Coming in at number 14, we've got Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga. Right off the bat, this game feels like a playable film. Ninja Theory pushed everything from facial animations to ambient sound to an almost unsettling level of realism. You can practically feel Senua's breath in your ear, her emotions pouring out through subtle expressions and skin twitches. It doesn't just look real, it feels real. The game's commitment to immersive audio is a big part of that. It uses binaural sound, which basically means you hear voices and environmental cues in 3D space, like someone whispering behind you when there's no one there. Combine that with meticulously rendered Icelandic landscapes and absurdly detailed character models, and you've got a game that never breaks immersion. Hellblade 2 isn't just flexing graphics for the sake of it. It uses realism as a storytelling tool. Every struggle, every hallucination, every raw emotional moment hits harder because it all feels that real. It's beautiful and terrifying in equal measure, and it sticks with you long after the credits roll. At number 13 on our list, Crysis 3 still holds up ridiculously well. Even though it's been around for a bit, Crysis 3 still gets mentioned whenever people talk about insanely realistic graphics, and for good reason. The CryEngine was so ahead of its time that even today, a lot of modern games are still catching up. From hyper-detailed foliage to water physics that react to every movement, this game made your PC sweat back then, and it still does now. But the visuals aren't just high-res wallpaper. The game's environments respond to you. Grass sways when you crouch, lighting dynamically shifts based on time and weather, and everything from the HUD to the weapon handling has this refined sense of physicality. It gives combat a raw and grounded feel, even though you're technically wearing a super suit. What makes Crysis 3 especially interesting is how it married its jaw-dropping visuals with a semi-open level design. You weren't funneled through a corridor, you were dropped into a living, breathing environment, and how you approached it was up to you. It's a reminder that technical power means nothing without smart design, and Crysis 3 nailed both. Sliding into number 12, we have Ghost of Tsushima. Now this game doesn't just aim for realism, it feels like it respects reality. Ghost of Tsushima might take place in feudal Japan, but its beauty is so natural and its animation so fluid that you could mistake it for real drone footage. The wind guides you instead of a compass, and every petal, every gust of grass feels deliberate. What's wild is how it balances cinematic beauty with grounded combat. Sword fights aren't flashy, they're brutal, quick, and weighty. You don't feel like a superhero, you feel like a trained warrior. Animations are responsive but realistic, and the way enemy bodies react to hits adds an extra level of impact. But maybe the best part is how immersive it all feels without overloading you. There's no clutter on screen, and the environment becomes your guide. Even something as simple as riding a horse through a forest during a light rain becomes a full-on vibe. It's one of those games where you spend as much time taking screenshots as you do fighting. Next up at number 11 is Alan Wake 2. This game doesn't just blur the line between video game and the real world, it tears it apart and pieces it back together in the creepiest way possible. The visuals here are incredibly photorealistic, but it's the atmosphere that really gets under your skin. Shadowy woods, flickering lights, reflections that make you do double takes. It's a horror story told through pure immersion. What Remedy did with lighting in Alan Wake 2 deserves its own award. It's not just pretty, it matters. Your flashlight is more than just a light source, it's your lifeline, and when the game messes with it, you feel helpless in the best possible way. The transitions between live action and gameplay are so seamless, they're jarring, intentionally so. And while the game is heavy on the visual fidelity, it doesn't forget to give you gameplay that feels real too. There's weight to your steps, unease in the way you turn a corner, and an overall sense that the world around you is alive, even if it wants you dead. Alan Wake 2 is more than horror, it's hyper-real horror, and that's what makes it hit different. At number 10, it's Detroit Become Human. Few games have ever gone this hard into motion capture and facial animation. Detroit doesn't just look real, it makes characters feel real. Every eyebrow twitch, every hesitant glance, every drop of sweat, it's captured with an almost obsessive level of detail, and it completely transforms the storytelling. You're not just watching a story play out, you're making decisions that feel like they matter because the characters feel like actual people. Their emotions are visible and believable. You can sense the conflict in their eyes before they even speak. The game's realism makes even small moments feel huge. But beyond the character models, the environments themselves are impressively grounded. From the futuristic cityscapes to the more run-down homes and shelters, everything has been meticulously built to mirror a world that could very well be just a few years away. It's emotional, powerful, and proof that realism isn't just about graphics, it's about connection. Coming in at number 9 is Gran Turismo 7. This isn't just a racing game, it's basically a full-on driving simulator that borders on real-life training. The way light reflects off car bodies, the tire deformation, even the way rain hits the windshield, it's pure eye candy. But it's not just pretty to look at, it feels legit too. Every engine growl and tire squeal sounds just like it should. The game's attention to realism starts with the cars themselves. These machines aren't just modeled, they're replicated, down to the stitching on the seats and the curve of the dashboard. And when you get behind the wheel in VR, it's as close as you'll get to driving $1 million car without needing insurance. And the tracks, they've been recreated using laser scanning, which means every bump and curve is where it should be. Weather systems dynamically change grip and visibility, and even the AI adapts to your driving style. What sets GT7 apart is how it wraps all this realism in a stylish, almost zen-like vibe. The menus are sleek, the music is calming, and the entire game feels like a high-end car showroom brought to life. It doesn't just simulate driving, it celebrates it, and that love shines through in every rev and turn. Landing at number 8, we've got Horizon Forbidden West. This game takes the vibrant post-apocalypse from the original and cranks it up to 11. The foliage is denser, the weather more dynamic, and the machines more intimidating than ever. Every single frame looks like concept art in motion. You don't just explore this world, you get lost in it. What's mind-blowing is how the game balances natural and mechanical beauty. One second you're scanning a towering redwood forest, and the next you're in a dusty desert under glowing holographic skies. The lighting engine is top tier, casting soft shadows and beautiful reflections. Even the character models are breathtaking with expressive faces and flowing hair that react to wind and movement. You can see pores on their skin, tiny scars, and even subtle emotional shifts. Combine that with fluid animations and cinematic combat and everything just clicks. It all plays like a science fiction nature documentary. But Horizon Forbidden West isn't just flexing, its realism serves the gameplay too. You feel the tension in every stealth moment, the adrenaline in every encounter with a thunder jaw. There's this deep sense of immersion that doesn't let go. It's a world that feels real because it respects the rules of reality, even in a fantastic setting.
Oh, I've had enough of you, bounty hunter or not. Oh, shit! Help!
At number 7 on our list, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. This one is a benchmark, the example people point to when talking about realism in gaming. From Arthur Morgan's muddy boots to the way snow sticks to your clothes, it's insane how many small details Rockstar poured in. You can almost feel the cold mountain air or the dry heat of the desert. It's ridiculously immersive. But the game doesn't just rely on visuals. NPCs live full lives, eating, working, interacting, even commenting on your behavior. It feels like a real world you're stepping into, not just a backdrop for a story. And the animations? They're slow and deliberate, giving everything weight. Every movement matters. And let's not forget the realistic physics. Shootouts feel heavy, brutal, and raw. You feel every shot fired. The result is a game that pulls you in with its slow burn pacing and keeps you there with an insane level of detail. Red Dead 2 doesn't care about rushing. It wants you to live in its world. And that patience pays off. It's not just a game. It's a full-blown simulation of the Old West, and it nails it. At number 6, we've got Microsoft Flight Simulator. This one doesn't even feel like a game. Half the time, it feels like a satellite-powered miracle. The devs literally used real-world geographic data to recreate the entire planet. You can fly over your actual neighborhood in real-time weather. That's not just impressive, it's downright spooky. Clouds have volume, wind affects your flight, and cities look nearly photorealistic from the sky. You're not just flying, you're navigating a living world. The immersion is so deep, real-life pilots use this game to train. That says everything. Every knob in your cockpit, it works like the real thing. And it's not just for pilots, the game scales beautifully for newcomers too. You can turn off assists or crank up realism depending on your skill level, but the beauty remains either way. The fact that you can literally circle the globe in this thing is unreal. You feel the scale, the quiet, and the sheer wonder of flight. It's not just a simulator, it's an experience. Microsoft Flight Simulator brings the entire planet to your screen and somehow makes it feel personal. Claiming the 5th spot is Battlefield 5, a game that doesn't mess around when it comes to chaotic cinematic realism. Explosions shake your screen, buildings crumble mid-fight, and debris flies across your view like you're in a war documentary. It doesn't just look real, it throws you into the trenches with force. Gun models are insanely detailed, and the sound design is absolutely thunderous. You hear bullets whiz by, footsteps crunching over snow, and bombs echoing from distant hills. It's the kind of game where even reloading your weapon feels like a dangerous commitment. Every sound makes your heart jump. The environments are equally impressive. Snow glistens, mud sticks to your gear, and fire spreads dynamically across wooden buildings. Even the weather plays a role, reducing visibility and affecting gameplay. But the magic is in how it all feels. The way movement blends with shooting, how explosions shake the camera just enough to make you flinch. It's all designed to pull you deeper. Battlefield 5 is more than war. It's war recreated with disturbing cinematic precision, and it's addictive.
Down there!
Coming in at number 4 is The Last of Us Part 2. Naughty Dog outdid themselves with this one. From the second you boot it up, you're pulled into a world where every drop of rain, every leaf on a tree, and every gunshot feels tangible. The character animations are stunning, especially in the face. Ellie's expressions tell you everything about her emotional state. The attention to detail in this game is like nothing else. The environments are just as impressive. Lush forests, ruined cities, and dark, overgrown interiors are all meticulously recreated. What makes it stand out even more is how these environments react to your presence. The gameplay mirrors this level of detail too. Combat is intense and each movement feels deliberate and impactful. When you sneak around or fight off infected, the weight of each action is felt through every swing of a melee weapon or shot fired. It doesn't just feel real, it feels personal. Then there's the sound design. Every click of a weapon, every rustle in the underbrush, and every echo of gunfire makes your heart race. The tension builds with every corner turned, and the atmosphere is thick. The Last of Us Part 2 isn't just realistic, it's hauntingly immersive. At number 3, we have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This game is a stunning visual, witnessing history unfold. It will treat from start to finish. Whether you're navigating lush jungle environments or exploring ancient tombs, the detail is staggering. The water looks real enough to touch, the sunlight filters through dense foliage, and Lara Croft's movements are fluid and lifelike. When the sun sets or dawn breaks, the shadows and reflections on surfaces are eerily realistic. Every piece of clothing, every small artifact on the ground is carefully detailed. Combat, too, is meticulously crafted. Whether you're engaging in a shootout or stealthily dispatching enemies, the reactions feel authentic. Your arrows stick into the environment with precision, and every enemy's fall feels natural. The animations blend seamlessly with the environment, and even the wildlife around you reacts to your presence. But what really pushes this game into the insane realism category is the way it pulls you into its world. The balance of nature, human history, and action makes it feel like you're exploring a living, breathing place. Shadow of the Tomb Raider doesn't just show you a world, it invites you to become part of it. At number 2, we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. From the first moment you step into the boots of Alexios or Cassandra, you're met with breathtaking landscapes. Greece is beautifully recreated, from the sun-kissed shores to the towering mountains. Every detail is crafted to immerse you in its ancient world. The stone ruins and the sprawling cities feel like they could have been pulled straight from history. The level of realism isn't just in the environment, it's in how the world reacts to you. NPCs go about their daily routines, weather changes drastically, and the physics behind water and fire make everything feel natural. One of the standout features is the attention to historical accuracy. The game brings to life the ancient Greek world with such detail that it feels like an interactive museum. You'll find yourself exploring ruins, participating in epic naval battles, and discovering lost legends. Everything feels as though it's been pulled directly from history books. The sheer scale of Odyssey is jaw-dropping. The world is vast and the cities are alive with bustling markets, soldiers patrolling the streets, and civilians chatting about their daily lives. It's one of the most immersive open worlds ever created. Every time you step onto the land, it feels like you're witnessing history unfold.
Shit!
And finally, at the top of our list is Kingdom Come: Deliverance. This is the game that revolutionized medieval realism in gaming. Set in 1403 Bohemia, it challenges every preconceived notion about what a historical RPG can be. The level of authenticity here is staggering. Combat is brutal and slow, archery feels heavy, and there's no flashy combat system. Every fight demands your full attention. The game doesn't hold your hand. There are no mini-maps or quest markers to guide you. Instead, you're given a real-world layout with realistic geography, forcing you to learn the land like an actual knight would. Every choice has a real consequence, creating an immersive, reactive world. What makes Kingdom Come stand out is how every system works in harmony to create a truly believable open world. The combat feels brutal and personal, the NPCs have rich lives, and every action you take has repercussions. It's the kind of game that makes you feel like you've lived another life, and there's nothing else quite like it.